Boom, boom. So today we are going to practice the circles on both sides. We're going to do word off left and pung to the right. So from stepping forward into a bow stance, my left arm comes up as the right hand drops and the hip turns, and then I'm going to turn to the side and do a positive circle with the right arm and a negative circle with the left. So I'm going to be going like this. So let's do this facing to the right first. So we step forward with a right bow stance and bring the pelvis around so that the hips are in line with the front foot. The right leg is bent and the right hip becomes your pivot point. So the right axial line or axillary line or axillary line, whatever you call it, the line from your shoulder to your hip, it becomes the axis around which you rotate. So the left hip comes back and then the left hip comes forward. The right hip does not move and the right thigh continues to stay lined up with the front leg. And the hand movement is very simple. The right hand comes up and then the hips turn and then you rotate the right forearm. So from this position I'm hugging a tree and then I rotate my forearm like this. So I go from hugging a tree to putting my hand on the side of the tree. So right bow stance, the right hand comes up, hugging a tree, the left hip goes around. Then rotate the forearm, put your hand on the side of the tree, and now the left hip drops back. In some forms, the right hand stays at the same level. In other routines, the hand drops as you come back. In the 26 section routine, the hand stays pretty much at the same level. The circle still exists, it's just very small. So if we practice the circle by itself, you can put as much of an arc in it as you like. It helps the continuity of the movement. Because the important thing that you are practicing here is this part. From here with the right arm hugging a tree, the left hip moves around, the right axillary line is stationary, and this is how we generate the power. This is the fulcrum. So everything that you touch is connected to the ground through that centripetal geodesic. The hand comes up, you pivot around the right hip, and then rotating the forearm, and the geodesic changes shape. So now any pressure from any direction is still going through the arm down into the ground through that geodesic. And then the left hip drops back, like so. You can make the movement small. And you can make the movement large. We often describe this as being pung, or bowing energy, and liu, or rolling. But I don't like to make that differentiation too early in the beginning. I don't want to make too much of that differentiation, because it's not real. In fact, I could be doing liu here, I could be rolling back and neutralizing, and I can be doing peng here. So whether it's offensive or defensive, whether I'm bouncing the other person or rolling back, depends entirely on the relationship between me and the other person. There is no peng technique if there is no person. There is no liu technique if there is no person. And what the technique is entirely defined by the relationship between the two of you. So you want to get away from this attachment to reference frames and not just in space, but in time. So a reference frame is also the idea of what you think is going to happen. It's the n-dimensional polytope. Okay. So you want to be still and empty and, as much as possible, undifferentiating. So don't think about the technique. Except that thinking about the technique can help you with the posture, but then it's all about the posture, not about the technique. Does that make sense? It does to me. Finally, after years. So the right arm is round, hugging a tree. The left hip goes around. The right forearm turns, and then you can drop the hand if you like. The left hip comes back. Now let the right hand come up again, and the left hip goes around. Extend the arm and drop it. Remember to keep your shoulder relaxed because it's more powerful that way. It's about the connection from here through the arm into the ground, not how the arm can fight against lateral movement. In Tai Chi, we try to minimize the changes in the interaction between different reference frames. Sorry, that's another video I'm working on right now. So, just the movement, nice and simple. It's just one hand. Positive circle, very relaxed. Now, if I go back here and hold the ball, then the right hand comes up, and the left hand comes around, and from here, I turn both hands. That's in the form. But if you're just practicing pung, then you let the hand drop. Because now you have the two hands doing opposite circles. So the right hand is doing a positive circle, the left hand is doing a negative circle. That means that the right arm is connected to the right axis, pivoting around the right axis. And then the left arm drops until the weight comes onto the back, and then you pivot a little around the left axis. So remember how I said you keep the hip still? Well, that's only if it's only the right arm you're thinking about. If the left arm is involved, then you pivot around the left axis. So, I don't know if you can see that now. Let's try it from this direction. So you can see how I'm in a bow stance, facing this way, and this is the movement. The right arm is doing this, and the left arm is doing this. So if I were in a bow stance this way, you'd be able to see it more clearly, how the left arm is doing a negative circle, pivoting on the left axis. But with the toe turned in, it's a little bit sideways. So this arm is fighting this person, and this one is a, get out of here, kid, I'm busy. Okay. So, pung, go away. Pung, get out of here. Pung, like that. I said, okay, fine. Right. So, now let's do it on the other side, or with the other leg in front. So, the left leg is in front, left forward bow stance. The left hip is still, while the right hip moves around it, keeping the left thigh lined up with the left foot, pivoting around the left axillary line. And we're going to do a positive circle with the left arm. So the left arm comes up, the right hip goes around, the left forearm turns and drops. The right hip comes back, the left arm comes up nice and round, the right hip goes around, extend, drop the hand, the right hip comes back. And now you can combine it with the right hand. So the right hand does a negative circle, and the left hand does a positive circle. Pung, liu, pung, liu, pung, liu, pung, liu, pung. It's all pung and liu. You can't have pung without liu. They happen at the same time. It's the way differentiation works. You don't make something exist by observing it, any more than it makes you observe it by existing. But your relationship with it is entirely dependent on both of those things happening at the same time. If the thing does not exist when you look at it, you're not going to see it. Next, we'll start doing some alternating back and forth. Now we're going to combine the footwork and pung and pung and pung and pung. So there's pung with the negative circle in the lead hand and the positive circle in the right hand. And then we'll do pung with the positive circle in the right hand and the negative circle in the left. Let's start with stepping diagonally with the left foot. The left arm does a negative circle, the right hand does a positive circle. And then hold the ball. Step to the other corner. The right arm does a positive circle, the left hand does a negative circle. We're going to do this. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And I'm going to step forward into a left forward bow stance. I'm going to start holding the ball like this, and I'm going to do a negative circle with my left hand and a positive circle with my right hand. So the right hand is going to go out and down, and the left hand is going to go down and out. And then I'm going to do a step. So I step with my right foot, and the right hand continues to do a positive circle, and the left hand continues to do a negative circle. Then I step with my left, the left hand continues with a negative circle, the right hand continues with a positive one. So I step with the right hand comes up the center and goes out as the left hand goes down and out. And then step, left hand goes up, the right hand goes down, right foot steps, right hand goes up, the left hand goes down. Step, left hand goes up, the right hand goes down. So when I step with my left foot, the hands are on the outside, one going up and down. When I step with my right foot, the hands are on the inside, one going up and one going down. Holding the ball, step with the left foot, and both hands move to the outside. The right goes down, the left goes up. And then I step with the right, both hands go to the inside. The left goes down, the right goes up. And then step. The left hand goes up the outside, the right hand goes down the outside. Step, they come together, right hand goes up, left hand goes down. Step, left hand goes up, right hand goes down. Step, right hand goes up, left hand goes down. Step, left hand goes up, right hand goes down. Step, right hand goes up, left hand goes down. Boom, boom. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like so. Now let's try it the other way, going the same way, but doing the hands the opposite direction. The right hand is going to go down the center line, the left hand is going to go up the center line. And we'll turn like this. So, step with the right foot, holding a ball with the left hand on top. And the left hip goes around the right hip, the right hand goes down, and it goes up to the outside as the left hand goes down to the outside, like this. And then step, the left hand goes up the outside as the right hand goes down the outside. And then step, the right hand goes down and then comes up the outside as the left hand goes down the outside. Then step, the left hand goes up the inside, the right hand goes down the inside. Step, the right hand goes up the outside, the left hand goes down the outside. Step, the left hand goes up the outside, the right hand goes down the outside. Sorry, inside, that's the inside now. Yeah, step, the left hand goes up the inside, the right hand goes down the inside. I need a little more sleep. And step, the right hand goes up the outside, the left hand goes down the outside. And step, the left hand goes up the inside, the right hand goes down the inside. The right foot steps, the right hand does a negative circle, the left hand does a positive circle. Do it a few times the other way. So we start with the right hand doing a positive circle, the left hand doing a negative circle. Then step. The left hand continues the negative circle, the right hand continues the positive circle. So the left hand goes up the outside, the right hand goes down the outside. Very good. More practice.